Hello and welcome back, all my Dragon Ball Theorist, with each chapter of the manga increasing the suspense as we draw closer to the conclusion of the Galactic Patrol Arc and the final epic battle against Moro. It feels like an eternity sometimes waiting for the 20th of the month to get here so we can review this awesome story. This chapter had a lot of laughs and some very interesting surprises, which I found refreshing. Chapter 57 kicks off with something new. It's actually a panel before the cover page which shows the matchups that will be happening in the chapter. If you've been following this channel, I managed to guess those right. Tien ended up fighting with the Metal Man, Yamcha was against this lizard guy, we knew Roshi took off to fight the female convicts, and Krillin was trying to end his rematch with Yamba, the not-so-friendly panda bear who is very similar to Botamo from Universe 6. Then we get the cover panel of Moro and his right-hand man Saga Bo enjoying all the fights that are taking place, while everyone else is up on the lookout trying to also watch the Z-Fighters defend Earth. With each chapter, I am enjoying this villain Moro even more, and we will get to see why I think people aren't giving him enough credit later on. First, we have Bulma, being the tech-savvy scientist she is, has set up monitors that are linked to drones she sent out to check on the battles. I guess in Chi-Chi's eyes, Gohan will always be her little Gohan instead of the very experienced fighter and defender of Earth. That's motherly love, and she turned into the Krillin show at first, which she wants nothing to do with. However, it's the first battle we get, and Krillin has got to be getting tired of this panda. Yamba shows his versatility by spitting in a ball that is actually able to deflect the Kienzans, then Krillin takes a vicious hit as a result since he wasn't expecting that. I like in the manga that they are actually showing the importance of experience as Krillin raises his hand and is able to control the Kienzans he has thrown to come back and cut Yamba. Now Krillin is looking to finish the job using a page out of Frieza's book like he did against Goku, trying to finish him off. Then for a second, it looked like deja vu, where Frieza had met that sad end by his own attack. Yamba thinks so as well, as it looks like Krillin would meet a terrible end, but instead he was also using his trusty after image technique to gain the tactical advantage on his enemy and hit him with a massive energy blast, ending the fight. With Yamba defeated, it is up to the Galactic Patrolmen for cleanup and take care of the light work. Unfortunately, Krillin isn't going to get much rest, where we get to some of the comical parts of this chapter as Master Roshi is facing off against the female convicts, and it seems that he is trying out some grappling moves on them that they aren't so fond of. Roshi is a tiny bit perverted, don't think that will ever change despite his recent training in case he fights female enemies. Krillin wants Roshi to get serious, and he tries to clear his mind, but claims there is some wicked energy causing Roshi to lose his focus. Krillin is no fool, and he can see what is going on here. The chapter transitions over to Tien, and after delivering a huge punch to the Metal Man, as we know, those types of attacks will have no effect. The Galactic Patrol tells Tien he is a member of the race of Metal Men, which is why I predicted that Tien would match up against him. As expected, he remembers Vegeta from Universe 6. Tien says, didn't he have some weaknesses of some sort? Chiaotzu screams, insults. Insult him, Tien. Insults are his weakness. This is where we got more comical relief, and I enjoy these aspects of the story. It brings back nostalgia of having to tell a joke and make King Kai laugh so he will train you. Back on the lookout, we have Bulma wondering if Ten Shinhan is even capable of insulting someone, which we then have Tien giving it his best shot at insults and failing miserably a few times. First calling him a rockhead and then a half-ton tubby, but both were in a way compliments as the Metal Men are rock hard and weigh far more than that. I think it's funny, Tien is sweating trying to come up with a suitable insult, but Chiaotzu lets him off the hook. He gets his attention and calls him a half-witted hunk of scrap metal, which of course causes the Metal Men to flop over defeated. It was expected that with this knowledge of Vegeta from Universe 6 that they would be able to defeat him somewhat easily and help the others. As we are now back with Master Roshi taking drastic measures to fight the female convicts using a blindfold. He has the upper hand and tells them to stop with their evil ways and give up. Which takes us to one of the first surprises of the chapter. These ladies would rather die than go back to prison, so they use their ultimate technique and fuse. It doesn't look like this fusion is a mistake, and the three fighters fusing as one now gives them a substantial increase in power. Master Roshi says, that isn't cute at all. He said it, not me. Nothing wrong with a thick girl. However, it looks like Krillin and Master Roshi doesn't have what it takes to tackle one, as both of them are sent flying from the first attack. Then it appears that Moro has seen enough and wants to get involved in the battle as his ship heads for the surface. As we remembered from the last chapter that the androids arrived just in time to counter 7-3 since they don't have ki, that they would be crucial in finishing this battle. which is exactly what Android 17 intends to do and is laying the smackdown on 7-3 here, setting him up for a brutal attack, firing off an energy blast to propel his dropkick, taking him out. But Moro arrives and catches him. I absolutely love this panel here of Moro holding 7-3 by the head and smiling because you know the fight just got real. Moro scolds 7-3. I told you not to employ my abilities so casually. Shimareka chimes in, sorry, but we didn't stand a chance otherwise. Now we get into what I find to be the most interesting panel of the chapter, and why I think people are underestimating Moro as a typical overconfident villain that we usually get in Dragon Ball. Moro states, there will come a time when I require his power once again. Help him recover. Shimareka stutters, yes, my lord. We still don't know for certain Moro's grand plan, but we see time and time again, Moro is an extremely calculating villain who is playing his enemies like a game of chess. Yes, that was a Wu-Tang reference. Saga Bo tells him to take him back to the ship as we see them fly away in the distance. You have to wonder just what is going through Moro's head. What exactly does Moro need 7-3's power for again? Moro is millions of years old and seems to always be one step ahead of everyone with his experience. For me, nothing makes a villain or antagonist better written than when it isn't just about his power or abilities that are to be feared, but their unmatched intellect to plan out the perfect victory. Moro is starting to give me some Aizen vibes from Bleach, where everything is going according to his plan, and I absolutely love this. Gohan and Piccolo realize that this Moro is on another level, and his ki is horrifying as it feels like the cries of countless people. It's pure evil. Jaco says it's probably the energy he stole from everyone he's killed. I did an entire video on how this power works, since it is more than just an energy draining ability, it really is magic. So check out my Moro's True Power, the Assimilation of Souls video, where I go into how Moro isn't just taking your power, but taking the souls of who he absorbs completely, granting him not only power, but knowledge of everyone he's absorbed. Which is another reason why I feel that there is so much yet to be revealed about this villain. Moro stares at Gohan and says, it seems as though those two aren't here. Gohan lets Moro know they will show. As we speak, my dad and Vegeta are getting strong enough to beat you. So until then, protecting Earth is our job. This chapter just really is starting to let Moro's character show through, and he tells Gohan he admires his boldness, but to calm himself as he is in high spirits. Gohan questions why. Moro is excited that he had the good fortune of coming upon a planet teeming with so many high-energy individuals. What a waste it would be to consume you all at once. How should I go about preparing this dish? Again, I really enjoy how Moro knows literally no one is a threat to him and everyone is just a pawn on the chessboard for him to move as he pleases. Except Saga Bo wants to step in and not stay on the sidelines anymore. Saga Bo has something to prove as their leader and says his Galactic Bandit Brigade isn't known for slinking off after taking a beating. Moro gives him the okay to prove himself, but asks to leave them alive. I intend to snack on their life energy. Moro grants Saga Bo one more gift before he begins his fight as power explodes through him. We see Saga Bo transform and now actually has the same pants as Moro as his magic courses through his veins. Then Moro smiles and says, go. Which means despite having Gohan, Piccolo, and the androids there, this battle isn't looking good. We even have Jaco coming in to help and grab a leg as it is everyone against this powered up monster. We then see just how destructive his power is as he grips Android 17 and Gohan by the head, swinging them around like ragdolls, knocking everyone back, then slamming them into the ground Hulk smash style. Desperation starts to fall over the Z fighters as Jaco states, this is nuts, that isn't the Saga Bo I know. Piccolo says, of all the, we still have to deal with this one before Moro, so things are looking bleak for Earth's defenders, but a glimmer of hope emerges from the other battles. Tien and Chiaotzu see Yamcha, who is struggling against one of the convicts. We find out his name, which I will butcher trying to say. I'm Zhao Yogi, advisor to Saga Bo's Galactic Brigade, and I'm a cut above those other lowly convicts. So it does look like it will take a team effort from them to perhaps defeat this guy. Then finally we are back to Miss Thick. I don't know if this fusion has a name, but what I do know is Krillin plans to go out with a fight and try to power up with all his remaining power he has left in hopes that Goku will sense it, which we see far, far off in space. Goku's ship is on the way to Earth. Goku wondering if he is there yet, geez, just hoping that he even is going the right way, which we find out as expected that he couldn't use instant transmission because he couldn't sense anyone on Earth. Then he gets a glimpse of the fighters battling, First Gohan taking a hit, then Tien, Yamcha, and Chiaotzu in their fights. I can just barely feel it, their ki down on Earth. Goku focuses knowing that time is running out, but it's no good. Their ki is shrinking by the second, and he can't get a solid hold. Then finally, Krillin gives it everything he's got, and Goku sensed it immediately. I know that ki. It's Krillin. Goku now can instant transmission to Earth. Will Goku make it in time before this fusion gives Krillin more than he can handle and finishes him off? Yes. Yes, indeed. As the smoke clears and Krillin opens one eye to see what just happened, it's Goku coming to save the day and save Master Roshi and Krillin, which Goku apologizes and says sorry, I got a habit of showing up late. This is the last page of the Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 57. Overall, a fantastic chapter with a lot of action, some comedy, and subtle clues for things to come. I was thinking it would take longer for Goku to arrive as the Z Fighter battles play out. However, what is really interesting is we have seen a lot of similarities to the Namek Saga, and the fact that Goku has shown up so early is just really strengthening the idea that Vegeta is going to be the one to get the win over Moro. On Namek, it was Gohan, Krillin, and Vegeta fighting the Ginyu Force, then Goku showing up after gaining new powers and easily defeating them to save the day. Now we have Goku on the battlefield fighting with Krillin and Gohan, but we are waiting for Vegeta to show up with incredible new power and a new technique to counter Moro. They have been setting this up for some time now, and we actually could have a role reversal where Vegeta does come in late and is the one who saves the day. As always though, I will let that be up to you to decide. Now tell me, what did you think of Manga Chapter 57? Is Moro slowly becoming one of the best villains of all time? With Goku arriving early, is this really setting up for Vegeta to get the win? I always love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it and smash that like button. Also, please subscribe to support the channel and turn on that notification bell to keep those theories coming.